Okay, let's start out. I'm going to go over some spelling rules for words that end with the shun sound. It's a little blurry. I'm gonna see if I can fix this real quick. There we go. Shun. So we've learned that shun, the sound, can be pronounced or spelled tion and sion. And I do want to include there is one other way that we will talk about, which is ssion. Right there. All right. So before I start with some words, I want to show you a resource that you will have access to. And it's right here. Oh my, it looks like my ceiling fan's in my head again. All right. So you're going to have access to this slide right here, and it's going to give you some rules. So tion is going to be the most common way you have this shun sound. That's going to be your go-to. If you hear shun, when you're trying to spell, your first thought should be it's tion. And then there are some rules. Like if the word already ends in a T, then you only add ion. Or if the word ends in TE, you drop it should say E, and add ion. Then sometimes you do have to remove a vowel to make the spelling correct, and I will show you a little bit of that. And always reread the word to make sure it sounds correct. I'm going to be so glad when my jaw is no longer numb. All right, then we have the sion and the ssion. You're going to use this if there's a root word that ends in S. If the root word ends in SE, again, you're going to drop the E and add ion. And then there are some special ones that if the base word ends in a D or a DE, you will change the D or DE to an S and add ion. And here is an example of that. Vid is a base word meaning to see. And then here's the word vision. So instead, it doesn't say vision. They changed the D to the S and add ion. Now, if the base word ends in SS, then only add the ion. And then we kind of did one already on the other one. We did admission on my other video. Here, let's see. If the base word ends in SS, then add ion, like in the word mission. The word is miss. Instead of adding a third S, which would make no sense, you just go ahead and add on the ion. So we will be doing a few of these practices here. And just remember, the base words for sion are going to be those Greek and Latin roots that we are starting to learn about. So let's go back to practice. All right. We are going to change the word subtract into subtraction. So subtract is our verb. And actually, this is probably going to be showing up somewhere. How do you change a verb to a noun? Well, here's how you do it. One way, at least. I can change this to subtraction by adding the ion. I am wondering, do I double the T or not? If you don't remember, you go back to your slide. The rule is tion is the most common. However, if it already ends in a T, you just add ion. That's the easy one. Let's do complete. Complete your work. Complete is the verb. I'm going to change it to completion by following the rules. The first thing I see is that it ends in a TE. Right away, my brain is thinking, I'm going to probably use the tion. But it ends in an E. So what do I do when it ends in an E? I could go back to the rules and look, which let's just quickly do that. Right here, if it ends in a TE, drop the E and add ion. Okay, I can do that. So back here to my camera. drop the E, and add tion. There we go. Let's do another one. The word is precise. I just heard my husband being kind of loud, so fair warning, he might just run in here for no reason. Okay, the word is precise, and I want to make it precision. Now, I am very confused. I'm like, putting a tion would not make sense. It already has an S. So I am thinking to myself, it's going to be one of these. I'm going to go back to my slide. If a root word ends in SE, let me go here. A root word ends in SE. Precise. Yes, it ends in SE. Great. I am going to drop the E and add tion. So just like the other one. Drop the E and add tion. Now, it doesn't say precision. Unfortunately, this is where we start getting into some complicated syllable division. So the word now is precision. Precision. And I'm kind of wishing I didn't pick this one. But if I were to spell it syllable style, it would be spelled like this. Space, sig, the I, and then ion. Because we don't say precision. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Right now, we're not going to get that complicated. Okay, extend. Let's do. You want to extend your time. You want an extension to pay your bill. Extension. It ends in a D. Do I change the D to a T or do I change the D to an S? D is our red alert word, our letter. When we're doing tion, when you get a D, that's your red alert that something's going to have to change. Go back to your slide. D right here. If the base word ends in a D or a DE, change the D or DE to an S and add ion. All right, change the D to an S and add ion. So EXTEN. Change the D to an S and add ION. Now my word is extension. Well, okay, now we're getting to be kind of the harder ones. And these are the ones that that are more uncommon. We have the word discuss. Talk about it, discuss, or we can change it to a noun and have a discussion. I have the last letter is an S, but there's two of them right here. So it's making me think all I need to do is add ion. I can go back and check my rules. However, this video is now probably getting a little long and boring, and I will just tell you it is correct. If you have an SS, you just add ion, and your new word is discussion. The last and probably the hardest rule that you're going to need to learn is, I just spelled it wrong. I'll go down even more. The word is permit. I will permit you to use the bathroom. You need to ask permission to use the bathroom. If your verb ends in mit, and this is a very, this is a very special rule. If it ends in mit, you change. We don't do a tion. That's usually what we'll do if it ends in a T. Add the ion. No, permit. Unfortunately, for this one, if it ends in a mit, you actually change it to MIS, permiss, and then you use SION. permission. Permission. I know that one's really hard. But the ones we're probably going to be using the most in 5th grade are going to be those. So I hope this video helps. If you need further help, please let me or your teacher know.